Regardless of whether or not you have a dog at home or in the neighborhood, everyone has heard the howling mainly at night. Today I'm going to talk about why dogs howl, and why they always do it at night, so stay until the end of the video, to know the 5 main meanings of our dogs howling, and if they really only howl at night and because of that. Like many canine behaviors, howling has ancestral roots. In the wild, the forerunners of domestic dogs howled. Safety-conscious wolves in the woods bellowed to announce their location to other members of their pack family. Brave wolves howled to warn other wild animals to stay away from their territory. Our pets may not howl to pinpoint their whereabouts or keep intruders at bay, but now, as in generations past, dogs howl as a form of communication. Since dogs are part of our human families, we need to understand what dogs are trying to communicate when they howl so we can respond appropriately. Let's talk about 5 possible meanings of the howling of our dogs. There are other reasons and meanings that didn't make it on our list, and I ask anyone who knows of others to put in the comments of this video, so that we can find out more about the behavior of our pets. And for those who want or even tried to train your dog and were unsuccessful, I will leave a link in the video description, on a way for you to be learning the best way to train and better understand your dog's behavior. For sure this will greatly improve your relationship. Now let's talk about the 5 main meanings of howling dogs. First, in response to sounds. If your dog howls when they hear a high-pitched sound from an emergency vehicle, they are telling everyone that they hear the sound and are ready to respond. It's their instinctual way to say that they're aware of their surroundings. Some specific high-pitched sounds can trigger howls. Some examples include ambulance or fire truck sirens and some musical instruments. Second, to attract attention. Some dogs will pick up on the fact that they can get your attention by howling. They may be trying to alert you to perceived danger, or just get you to fill their food bowl. Either way, they are trying to communicate with you. It may seem cute at first, but when it persists you may need to train them to redirect their intentions. Third, owner separation anxiety. Dogs are loyal, affectionate, and emotional companions. They are deeply attached to their owners and families. When they feel a sense of separation, they howl. Normally, when you take your dog to a new place, he or she will enjoy the new abode as long as you are around. But once you leave your dog alone, he or she will feel separation anxiety and may start howling. We are the world to our dogs. They focus on our activities, and make a big deal of our arrivals and departures. They are sometimes so centered on us that they become very anxious when we are not with them. If your dog suffers from separation anxiety, he may howl when left alone. Howling due to separation anxiety only occurs when the dog is separated from his owner, so as soon as you come home, the howling stops. Fourth, success and excitement. When your dog achieves something or feels excited, he or she might like to show off and receive praise. But if you aren't noticing, he or she might howl, because howling is a dog's natural mode of vocal communication. You may have observed that hunting dogs usually howl when they've detected some game or succeeded in their hunt. They feel excited and like to communicate their success. They just want a little appreciation, which means they'll start howling to call their owner. Howling can actually be a cheer. Dogs in the wild howl when they corner prey, and domestic hunting dogs are often trained to mimic their ancestors. Your dog may not be a hunter, but he may get excited when he finds a new treasure in his backyard, like a caterpillar or a big flower. Whatever the prize, howling lets you know your dog is proud of a new discovery. Fifth, medical issues. Some howls cannot be ignored. If your normally quiet dog begins howling, he may be injured. People cry when they are hurt, and dogs do too. Dogs will howl to vocalize pain, so bring your canine companion to your veterinarian to rule out illness or injury. Perhaps he has arthritis or abdominal pain or any number of uncomfortable medical problems. You might have observed that stray dogs howl when they have accidental injuries. Sometimes your dog might howl due to illness. Something could be physically wrong, and he or she could be suffering from internal pain. So if your dog is howling consistently, then you need to make sure he or she is not sick and check for any physical injuries. If the dog does have any visible injuries, then you need to visit your veterinarian. These are some of the main meanings of our dogs howling, but one last question is: why do dogs howl at night? Dogs do not howl only at night, but nighttime is usually when they do howl. The most convincing reason why dogs howl at night is that they have more relevant reasons and needs at this time. This may be why mostly stray dogs howl at night. Dogs may actually howl just as often during the day, but the sound of their howls is lost among all the other noises. At night, their high-pitched voices are clearly audible. Dogs rarely outgrow howling, but dogs who howl frequently can be trained to do so much less often, and to cease the behavior when asked. With careful observation of the circumstances that precede the dog howling, you may be able to figure out what is triggering it. That will give you a good opportunity to short-circuit the trigger and therefore, prevent the howling. If you want to learn how to train your dog to control howling and other things like peeing in the right place and responding to your commands, click on the first link in the video description. If this video has helped you to understand a little more about the behavior of our dogs, let your like and subscribe to the channel to always be following about our content. Reminding you to put in other reasons and meanings about the howling of the dogs, in the comments of the videos so that we also find out. Thanks for watching the video, bye.